up in here. What's up, Tony? I see you up in here. Professor, what's going on, man? What's up with you? Let me know if you can hear me, Professor.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear. Shout out to the space. Shout out to professors. Filling in as one of the co-hosts tonight. Shout out to my people that's over there coming in on YouTube tonight. We're talking about the racist tirade that boxer Ryan Garcia put on this past weekend in the Twitter space. As a matter of fact, this joker had another down space as well too, and I was listening to it. DJ sent it to me. This was a couple days before the one that actually went public took off. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Stephen A. Smith and his what it was about O.J. Simpson, Faison Love. Of course, they had, Faison went off. He felt like, hey, Stephen A. Smith had an attitude, had a problem about black people, and the actual tribute they had to O.J. Simpson at the BET Awards. He was wondering, he's like, hey, why did you have this tribute to him? And this, he was acquitted. He was. Most people feel that he got away with double murder and this and that, whatever. He still was found not guilty, but nonetheless, Stephen A. Smith felt the need. I think Stephen A. Smith also forgot that whether most people felt that black people in particular, stood by O.J. Simpson during the trial of the century. So whether you want to say that, this guy was accused of this or whatever. And you're talking about, well, he didn't even consider himself black. Yeah, but most black people in the trial of the century stood by O.J. Simpson, and most black people want to see O.J. Simpson actually get off. So, Stephen A., I know you're around in 1994, 1995 when that trial took place, so don't act brand new. Vast majority of black people in this country wanted to see O.J. Simpson acquitted and believed in O.J. Simpson. So, of course, when he died, you're talking about people that's been people that people been knowing who O.J. Simpson was for 50 damn years. Of course, they're gonna feel a certain way, and all people did was pay their respects to him. So, you said what you had to say. Faison said what he had to say. I know a lot of people ain't particularly big on Faison because he has that mouthpiece, but nonetheless, I'm gonna have to agree with Faison on that. If it's supposed to be a black entertainment award show, why in the hell can't somebody just they're memorializing people, say, hey, you know what? This person who was a huge star, one of the biggest stars, and whether you like him or not, helped pave the way for future generations and stuff like that. OJ was the first, maybe one of the first major ever crossover stars in terms of athletics in this country, So why wouldn't they actually, at least, acknowledge that the man died? And then we're going to talk about Miss Jasmine Crockett. I know y'all been seeing Jasmine. She's been doing a whole lot lately. She had her reparation solution. I'm gonna talk about that tonight. And also, a lot of people, I guess Jasmine has stood steadfast in her support of Joe Biden remaining as a president and pretty much trying to pump up other Democrats to go ahead and make sure that they throw their full support behind Joe Biden as well too. So I know we got I see original. Shout out to the original Andre. Shout out to Utah, of course. You were one of the first ones to come in there and hold it down. Ricky, what's up? I mean, Shelly, Thias, Judicial. We're gonna get this thing rolling, man. Like I say, I've been gone for a little minute. Man, not that long. I'm gone for a week. Was on vacation, but I did pop up in one of DJ spaces when I was down south as well too. So we gonna touch up on this stuff, man. I look forward to having an interesting conversation with my people. Listen, it's gonna be difference of opinions in here, guys, but let's be respectful of one another. Everybody let everybody get in here, have a turn to speak. Let's not cut people off. Let people get their point across. And if you want to go ahead and challenge somebody's point of view, all you got to do is raise your hand and we will get to you guys. So shout out to everybody up in here. Please do Newstoter a favor, the Newstoter space. Do this for your boy Toter right here, guys. Make sure y'all go ahead and share this. If you're on YouTube, share out tonight's program. Share out tonight's program on all your social media platforms. Go ahead and like, share, leave a comment for my people on YouTube. What's up, Avenge? I see you over there as well too. Yes. We're back in full effect. And for my people over here on X or / Twitter or whatever you want to call it, go ahead and retweet this out as well too. And definitely make sure y'all come on up here and speak tonight. Shout out to my girl Val. I saw she just popped her head up in here as well too. Professor, what's going on, man?
Yeah, what up there? Glad to see you back up in the house, Toter. I just want to come up and, of course, say that. And also, man, it's good to have this space again. It's back in full effect. Glad to see the family back up in here. And these are some very good topics, everybody. So I can't wait to hear what everybody has to say. I do want to kick it off by saying Stephen A. Smith. This is a guy that I just about can't stand to listen to. I'm just being honest, family. I can't stand Stephen A. Smith because he always going to coon. And if you ever have listened to him, you probably know recently he did some caping for that bigot over there for the Dallas Cowboys, the so-called owner.
And Megyn Kelly too.
And Megyn Kelly. This motherfucker always cape.
Language, professor. Language, though. Language.
I'm sorry, y'all. But he always cape for those people. And when it comes down to people that look like him, which would be us, or somebody that looks like him, he always has something negative to say about his own. But he'll never say anything negative against those, even against the guy that is the UFC president. What's that guy's name?
Dana White.
Dana White, right? In I think when Dana did something. I think he beat his wife or hit her or something.
The wife had hit him in public, and then he slapped her back in public. Yeah.
Yeah, and he wouldn't speak out against this guy. But when it comes down to an OJ or any of these other black athletes, if they get caught up in something, he's going to be out on the forefront against them. This is who this man is. So I just want to come up, family, and say something about Stephen A. because he's making a lot of money. And I think we know why he's making a lot of money is because he does this type of stuff right here. He does the clean type stuff to be able to get these huge contracts. And I think he's up for another contract now total for like 25 mil. I think that's what I heard.
Something like 25. I think all together it might be close to like $90 million for the length of the contract, but something like 20 some odd million a year, something like that. 24, 25 million a year, I believe.
Yes, this guy's getting big money, man. So this is why we're seeing what he does all the time, which is going to clean. So you have to watch out for these type of people because this is what they do to get these big contracts. Charles Barkley is another one. And of course, he's from my school. He graduated from Auburn. He graduated from Auburn University, which is where I come from. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, that he is one of the top guys, or should I say one of the top faces for Auburn. And he's a top representative for Auburn, and he also gives big time money to Auburn, even though I hate to admit that. But anyway, I'm going to land right there.
Absolutely. Barkley is one of those ones, along with Stephen A. Smith, and that's why they're so popular as well too. Now, I'm not taking away their knowledge of the game, or anything like that. When they're talking about they're breaking down the game, that's one thing. But when they start talking about the political issues and stuff like that, that's when you got to kind of run for cover because they're gonna make sure they stay with the general consensus. They're not going to stray too far from that. So when they start talking about political stuff and this and that or whatever, Barkley and Stephen A. Smith in particular, I tune these guys out. And like I said, you can't sit up here and talk about O.J. Simpson and not think that black people, when O.J. died, black people talked about it. Hell, we know white people talked about it. They had all kind of memes online making fun and this and that or whatever. And so, good and well, when black people came out, they were going to talk about it as well too. What I want to do is lead off though. I want to talk about old girl Jasmine Crockett. And like I said, you guys, I know you've been paying attention to Jasmine as well too. I want to discuss the actual reparations that she was talking about last week. Like I said, I was off, so I didn't get a chance to hold any spaces last week. But this article is from the Newstoter.com platform. It's up in the Jumbotron. Jasmine was talking about reparations and tax exemption and that kind of stuff. And we know we've heard this lately that a lot of black people, when they started talking about reparations, we started hearing all this tax exemption stuff coming into play. And I don't have an issue with tax exemption being a part of reparations, but no way should it be the main thing that we're talking about. So if you're going to add that as something in there, I believe black people should be tax exempt along with the actual cash payments and the actual allotted land as well too. I believe that there's a number of things when you start talking about reparations that you got to go ahead and you got to squeeze up in there as well too. But she's been like a pit bull in the defense of Joe Biden as well too. Real quick, I'm going to touch up on this. It says Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett's reparation solution, tax exemption for Black Americans. This is from our curation partner, Neo Jim Crow, on the Newstoter.com platform. Make sure you guys visit Newstoter.com to stay up to date on breaking Black news in Black America. As folks continue to wait for some form of reparations to be made official, Jasmine Crockett, a congresswoman in Texas, may have a way for Black Americans and the country as a whole to come out winners overall on the divisive issue of tax breaks. During a recent episode of the Black Lawyers podcast, a Democratic representative suggested that one-way reparations can be paid to descendants of slaves via reprieve from paying taxes for a certain amount of time. The tax withheld strategy was among a variety of ways the congresswoman came up with to pay reparations to living relatives of enslaved people. Although our ideas were helpful, Newsweek reports Crockett, a former civil rights and criminal attorney, saw a celebrity that voiced the belief that Black people should not have to pay taxes for an undetermined amount of time instead of being given money by the state or federal government. Now, I don't know who in the hell said that instead of being given money by the state or federal government. Now, I know one time you had, what was Terrence Howard was saying that, I think you should be tax exempt or something like that. But I ain't had no Black person or no celebrity that I know saying, hey, go ahead and make us tax exempt instead of, giving us money or whatever. So I don't know what, and she didn't name the celebrity the star either. So I don't know where she came up with that one from. One of the things they propose is Black folks not have to pay taxes for a certain amount of time because that puts money back into your pocket. Crockett said about her alliance with the celebrity who Newsweek was unable to name. If you do the no tax thing for people that are already, say, struggling and aren't really paying taxes in the first place, it doesn't really matter. That's crazy. Prior to the new proposal, Crockett stated she believed that reparations should only go to people who are descendants of slaves, not other Black Americans. An effort like this would have to have a solid plan to make it a success. This is something that definitely needs to be thought through. But when have people that aren't even willing to do the studies, aren't willing to invest and make sure that we can roll this out the right way, Crockett said. Everybody hypothesizes about reparations, what we'll do on both sides, and when there's a breakdown because one side says it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread, the other side said it's going to be disastrous. Instead of actually getting the data to show us these are problematic parts, these are not so problematic parts, and us actually crafting a thoughtful way forward. Since her proposing her tax exemption idea, Crockett has become a magnet for conversation as footage from an interview invades social media. Right-wing via groups have posted the clip. Somebody's trying to come up, original trying to come up. Y'all go ahead and let them come up. Among the posters are End Wokeness, which received 1.8 million views on April 9th after featuring a shortened version of Crockett's comments. Right-wing personality Paul A. Cizapula weighed in on the issue on X, saying we pay Crockett almost $200K a year to be in Congress and spout this nonsense. Unbelievable. Despite their support for Crockett, other exes have been more reserved in their thoughts. Newsweek referenced remarks made by Tirade, who urged leaders to examine the root causes of why certain groups may not be paying taxes in the first place and work towards comprehensive solutions that promote economic equity and justice. So what you say, does the idea of living the sentence of Black slaves being tax exempt for an uncertain amount of time an effective way to handle the reparations issues, or do leaders need to go back to the drawing board for a better solution? I said, if that's a solution that you're coming up with, then hell no, that's not going to work. That can be one of the issues. That can be one of the things that we can use, but that can't be it. That's not going to be all of it. Just tax exemption is not going to do it. Now, you want to go ahead and give us some money. You want to give us other policies you put in place, give us land, and then you throw the tax exemption in there, then yeah, I'm all for that. I'm with that. But when you start sitting up here talking about it, no, that's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. What's up, DJ? I see you up in the space as well, too. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. Shout out to everybody coming up in here, guys. Tonight we're going to be discussing three issues, and feel free. We're going to be jumping from topic to topic. We're going to be talking about the Ryan Garcia situation. I've touched up a little bit on the Stephen A. and the actual O.J. Simpson fiasco at the BET Awards. Stephen A. He's had to come out and he had to come out last week and put out a video because Faison Love, the comedian, they were going back and forth. And I just got through talking about Jasmine Crockett. Also, Jasmine Crockett, you guys know she's been really pro Biden, and she's really upset that a big part of the Democratic base wants Joe Biden to actually sit down. She stands steadfast in her support of Joe Biden, which, hey, I guess at this point in time, if you're this late in the game, that you got to go ahead and try to keep it where you can. But it seems like you have a lot of things going on behind the scenes in the Democratic Party right now. A lot of people in the Democratic Party are not too keen on Joe Biden. They saw how disastrous the actual debate was, but then forget the debate. You're thinking about another 4 years of somebody that mentally, that a lot of them feel like he's actually kind of losing it, has lost it. So that's got them afraid. That's got them upset. That's got them scared. But Jasmine, she's sitting by here and she's saying, "Hey, I'm a Biden rider. I'm gonna stick with my man right here. This is the president, and this is who I'm putting my chips with right here." So that's gonna be interesting to see how that play out. She's one of the few people I know behind the scenes. There are a lot of people. There's a lot of chatter going on. A lot of people want to see him go ahead and sit down, and they don't think that they have a realistic shot of him winning. Even with Trump, with all this stuff with Trump, who's also, let's be for real, he's not some spring chicken either. He's got all this stuff legally going on as well, too. His base, his party, a good number of them would like to see him go ahead and sit down as well, too, and like to get an infusion of new blood. But right now, no other Republican can beat Trump at this point in time. So will Joe Biden sit down? Will Kamala come in, take the spot up, become the acting president, and then, have to go ahead in the elections and go against a challenger? Or will anybody challenge? Let's say Kamala did become the actual president. Joe Biden steps down next week. Will you get Newsom, or will you get somebody else to challenge for the actual Democratic nomination? I'm sure you would. You got RFK Jr., even though he's running as an independent as well, too. So right now, a lot of things are up in the air. A lot of uncertainties going on as well, too. Shout out to my girl Trouble up in here as well, too. Black Pressure as well, Diane. Let's see. Okay. We got somebody coming up. All right. So we got Miss Nichols coming up. Okay, she's up here. I see sometimes people request, and then it seems like they get dropped down as well, too. So Miss Nichols, whenever you get a chance you want to speak, sweetie, just go ahead and raise your hand and we will get to you. Of course, you guys know the go ahead, Miss Nichols, go ahead. You got it.
Thank you for holding the space, Newstoter, and just thanks for allow me to speak. I haven't seen the video of Stephen A. Smith talking yet about Brian Garcia or anything like that. I was in a space over the weekend. They were talking about Brian Garcia and just, what he said, and then he's got a track record of this, because I know there are people that are defending him, saying it's a health issue, and other people are saying he's just young, he's got a lot to learn. And sometimes you just kind of have to let people show you who they are and believe them when they do. I think that, is it going to be a teachable moment for him? Yeah, and it's going to be a teachable moment for us. And we're just going to have to be honest. There are some people that just don't like Black people. I mean, he's free to not like me. It's cool. But don't come over here to ask for my support either, right? I think it's one of those things. Let's just be respectful and be honest with it. If you don't like Black people, just be respectful of that. Don't appropriate the culture. Don't, do your own thing and have your own way, but don't try to have it both ways, is what I'm saying. As far as the upcoming election, it's such a sort. The Democrats they are running scared. I mean, even one of the candidates in my party, they mentioned her, and her position on something, and she just got on the ballot 2 weeks ago. She hasn't even spoken yet, but they're talking about, oh yeah, redemption party, they're about abortion and all these other things. So I'm just like, thanks. Because now people are going to be interested in our party, and they want to know more about us. So thanks for putting the Streisand effect out there. That is awesome. In the middle of y'all trying to fearmonger, all you're doing is promoting other people. And so, with this upcoming election, I know there's some people that aren't going to vote and some people that are. I know the national election is kind of crazy. But definitely, vote at the local level. And remember, that's where we have a lot of power, is at the local level and putting people in the right positions so that we can start to get our reparations even at the local level, because right now we really have to focus on building up our political wealth and capital so that we can pass that down to our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. And I'll end there.
Thank you, Miss Nichols. I'll say this about the Ryan Garcia, because like I said, I was on vacation, but I put up in the Jumbotron that post on the far left-hand side, a post that I created that day that I started to hear that post got over 1 million views on it. You guys, it's up in the left-hand side. And let me tell you, when I posted that, because I posted another post as well too, I'll probably put that in there. I was talking about the actual fictitious relationship between Black and Brown, this coalition that has never existed, never will exist. And when I posted that thing about Ryan Garcia, and I basically called him a piece of with his anti-Blackness, you would not, the amount of Latinos that came in that post, of course we know the amount of white people came in there, but the amount of Latinos that came in there and was trying to defend what he said, and he was talking about niggers, he wasn't talking about Black people, and they're sitting up here he was telling the truth, and you guys need to do this and do that, and I mean, for 2 days straight, I was going in on people. I mean, that post, let me take a look at the actual, that post has 1 million views. It was reposted over 1,600 times, 136 quotes, 610 bookmarks. And the amount of comments that I responded to and stuff like that, I ain't gonna lie, I responded. I mean, I was, people was giving a lot of hate, and I was giving it right back as well too. And I had this one Hispanic dude sitting up here trying to tell me, and eventually I blocked him because I don't want to hear this right here. He's trying to talk about, well, you're sitting up here and you're calling them offensive names. And I'm like, listen, you're not going to come up here and talk about Black people being gorillas and Black people being deadbeat fathers and Black people being thugs and gangbangers and this and that or whatever, and think I'm not going to go ahead and call you a damn beaner and talk about you coming from a rat hole country. Yeah, I'm certainly are. I didn't come in there with any vitriol talking about anything, name calling with any Latinos, Hispanics. Y'all came up in the post. Y'all sat up here and started attacking Black Americans, Black culture, Black people. So anything that you get back in return, you damn well deserve. So we was going back and forth, and even had some posters like, damn, like this dude is like like taking on 1 against 50 or whatever, because it was just ridiculous the amount of people that was coming up in the post hating, talking trash. And I'm like, listen, I know Mexicans are not talking about the criminality of Black people. You're from Mexico. You're from Latin America. You're from South America. You're from the major drug havens and manufacturers and producers in the world. You're from the human trafficking spots and everything else. You left your country because it was crime ridden to come over here and get a piece of the American pie. So don't sit up here and start criticizing Black people and talking about how Black people are this and that or whatever. And you're sitting up here talking about you, and then talk about, well, then you got these idiots sitting up here trying to use Martin Luther King and stuff like that. And I like, listen, you see, that's one thing too. A lot of these people, once they get defeated, they want to start taking quotes from Martin Luther King, and they want to start taking quotes from Malcolm X and slicing it up. And well, Dr. King was about the character about the content of a person's character. Because I had this one redneck tell me that on that same article I read about Jasmine Crockett, and he was talking about reparations and you don't deserve this and deserve that. And then he's gonna play this game with me about Dr. King. And I'm like, listen, Dr. King was about reparations. He said, it was a debt that was owed as well too. He talked about the peasants of Europe that came over here and got millions of free acres of land. So don't sit up here and talk about Dr. King. Y'all want to sit up here and play one sound clip of Dr. King and use that as his entire legacy. But when Dr. King was sitting up here hitting y'all with cold hard facts. Y'all never pull up those clips. Y'all never talk about that. You sit up here and you want to talk about the sanitized version of Dr. King. Same with the same with a lot of these conservatives. They want to sit up here and talk about, oh, well, Malcolm X said how dangerous the liberals were. Malcolm X thought both sides was dangerous. Malcolm X didn't have any love for no damn conservative or no liberal. Malcolm X didn't trust the Republicans or the Democrats. So when people start sitting up here, they want to start playing these little games and this and right and be sleight of hand and try to play this, because white people love to play that. They love to talk about, when you start talking about equality in this country, well, Dr. King didn't believe in hand. You don't know what Dr. King believed in, because you didn't even pay attention to Dr. King when he was alive. And most of y'all hated Dr. King's guts when he was living. So don't sit up here and start talking about Dr. King and Malcolm X and all these other people that you want to go ahead and try to shoehorn some BS behind them or whatever. The fact of the matter is that Dr. King supported reparations. Dr. King was the main one to tell you how unfair this system was. He never sat up here. Dr. King knew exactly that his people was behind the ball because of white supremacy and racism in this country. Don't sit up here and talk about Dr. King said this and Dr. King said that. No, you don't want to hear what Dr. King was really saying. You just want to go ahead and give your version of what you believe his legacy was. You want to talk about the march on Washington and all that kind of stuff right there. The I Have a Dream speech. When he had speeches that was 1,000 times more powerful and better than that I Have a Dream speech. So no, we don't want to hear that garbage. What I do, hey DJ, are you up in the space? Okay, DJ may not, because I want to get DJ to actually. DJ sent me an actual video that I was listening to before I came in on YouTube. And this dude, like I say, Ryan Garcia, he had his black flunkies in this one space. See, this is how this dude is. He had his black flunkies up in the space going ahead. And this was a couple of days before that major space took off, where he had these Negroes sitting up here spouting off his points. You had these Negroes sitting up here, and they were the ones talking about black people this, black people that, how violent black people were. It was really his mindset. It was really his idea. It was his space. But to go ahead and try to hide his actual hatred for black people, you could always, my dad should say this one, you can always find at least one nigga someplace he's got no place being, and one nigga that's going to say something that's going to go ahead and really warm the hearts of white people. And he had a couple of these niggas up in his space that sat up there and was talking about housing and this and that or whatever. And I'm sitting up here and I'm like, Jesus Christ, are you serious? In Mexico, how many advisories they give travel advisories not to go to Mexico and go to this country in Latin America, that country in Latin America? You sitting up here and y'all come to the, and you talking about black people in the neighborhoods that they run down? Are you crazy? Look at those neighborhoods in California that y'all ran down, in Arizona and New Mexico and all these other places. All of the drugs that you pouring in from Chicago and all these other places as well too. Do you actually have the nerve or the balls to sit up here and talk about the criminality of black people? And you're the biggest dope peddlers in the world. And the United States knows that you're the biggest dope peddlers in the world. When you hopping across that damn border, they know exactly what you're doing. All these drug mules you got, all these underground tunnels and stuff from Mexico to all of these states right here. Have y'all lost your damn mind? You sitting up here talking about black people criminality, and not only that, yeah, this Latin tell me talk about, and we looked after black people. We gave them a place to run away from when they were slaves, dude. Your country was damn slave states. What are you talking about? The Spanish was the first to enslave people in this country. And let's not even talk about how you treat the black people in Latin America in these countries. You're just not recognizing a lot of these people as actual citizens. You've always done them dirty. And you're sitting up here talking about the racism and this and that. You learn, and you talk about we learn racism when we come to the United States. No. You always had anti-black racism in Latin America, and Mexico, Dominican Republic, all of South America, and everything else. Have y'all lost your mind? What's up, Original? You got it. What's going on with you tonight?
Hey, what's going on?
Nope. Somebody must have hit the mute button. You got it, Original. It should be unmuted. Can you speak, Original? Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, peace. Okay, question. Spanish-speaking people, wherever they come from, throughout this what they call Latin America. You all ever watch this thing called To Catch a Smuggler? You see them old folks, young folks, always they claim that, oh, well, I just needed the money, I ain't got no job. They try to take drugs to other countries, they get caught. Then they got to spend like between 5 and 15 years in prison for depending on how many drugs they got on, how much drugs they got on. But these people, they vehemently hate people with black skin, regardless of where they come from. There was a post I saw. The first time I saw it in I'm not watching, but the Huffington Post, where black people in Mexico, they just got the right to vote in 2016. So don't tell me, and these people, they do not, if your skin is black, they hate the hell out of you. And that's just who they are. Even that, what's the name, the Puerto Rican girl, Rosa Tirade, not even Rosa, whatever her name is. Anyway, even she was on TV saying that that is part of the L-I-E, Latino culture, is that they hate black folks. They know this. They just trying to clean this boy up. This is what he and the majority of them think about people with black skin. They hate us to our very essence. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Because these people, and then whoever knows, one of those guys that was the one with the black guy that was egging him on, were they tenders of this bootlicking Sambo?
I don't know what these Negroes were, but I know that they were Sambos. I know that. I don't know if they were black Americans or they were foreigners or what, but they were Sambos. I know that.
Because the reason I asked that is a lot of these people, as a lot of people know in this space, a lot of these people with black skin that's from these Spanish-speaking countries, they'll tell you, oh, I know black, I be whatever. Okay, but when their asses get in trouble, who do they run to for support? They ain't running to LaRonda, I know that much, because LaRonda don't want them, because their skin is black. LaRonda don't want them. So understand that I think most people in this space understand that this is the true feeling. See, this is why you had people have showed a video of this guy. Now, I never knew this rapper named Big Pun, but I saw him in a video saying, now all these black men.
You there, Original? We lost you. You there? I think Original.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go in there. Because look, they shut my space down the other night for the same thing. So the boycott is going in and attack. So
you there, Original?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. We had lost you for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You were talking about Big Pun. You were talking about Big Pun.
Yeah, Big Pun was in this video. All these black men up on this stage, he said, I want to thank y'all for letting me in. And see, then you had that old anti-black racist Puerto Rican Derek Colon. This guy named Batch told him that he said no. He said Latinos did not invent hip hop. He said African Americans did that. And he said But see, the reason all these attacks from them are coming at us right now. See, the U.S. government want to make them whatever in this country. But see, they need something culturally to anchor them to this country. That's why Sloppy Joe came out and he said that Latinos and black folk created this 50-50. See, first they'll say they created it with you. Then 10, 20 years, they say, oh no, we did this ourselves. Y'all didn't do nothing. That's how they operate. But trust me, these are, as Dr. Paul Anderson taught me, these are just white folks who speak Spanish and they hate anything black to us. That's who they are. Now let's get to Jasmine Crockett with that. I mean, I guess she must have used too much weed glue. Somebody sold it in. I guess she had a sew in and they sold it in too tight, and it did something to her brain. Because there isn't any way that she's gonna stand up and think that she can speak for all black people. No, you don't do that for us. First of all, you haven't put in enough work to try to do that. You're not on the level of a Dr. King. Because if you go to her platform, more than likely, if whatever she's running on, she won't say what she's gonna do for black folks. See, that's how these people operate. So people, wherever you are in this country, I want you to go to these people's platform. I want you to look at it. I want you to look at how, look at what they want to support. Hold on for a second. Let's see right here. Look at what they're going to support. You will not see them say what they're going to do for black folks. You know, they'll say what they're going to do for gay folks. They'll say what they're going to do for illegal aliens. They're not going to say a damn thing as to what they would do for black folks. But right here, I don't see that she has a platform up here yet, but I'm going to keep looking. You know, it may be, her platform may be stuck in her weave or something. I don't know. But
did we lose you again, Original? I think we might have lost Original again. DJ, that video, that last one you sent me, I want you to play that. You don't have to play the whole thing. Play about 5 minutes. I want people.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm actually not in the studio, but I'll set it up. Give me 2 seconds.
But when you get a chance, you ain't gotta do it right this second. When you get a chance, I want everybody to hear these Negroes on here with this dude here. And this is how they put their flunkies up here. They go ahead and hide their hand. He's actually talking through them, and he's got these Negroes up here just anti-black as hell, sitting up here and talking about they worrying about the crime and the black communities and this and that or whatever. And like, dude, do you know the crime in your community? Do you know the crime in your community?
exactly. Oh, you can go all throughout Latin America and see what kind of crime they have down there. Those are some of the crime-ridden countries throughout the world. I mean, you know, the way the crime is down there, they did crime.
Original. You may have to drop down and come back up because you sound like you're in the Matrix a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, your phone check for
Let me get my man Scipio up here. Scipio, what's going on with you tonight, man?
Hey, just real quick before you go, Scipio, you talking about the video that said watch this one or the actual last one I sent you?
I think it was the actual last one. Hold on, because I put it up in the Jumbotron too.
He came up into the space.
Yeah. And he had them black Negroes up in there cutting the food.
Look, that's what took me so long to come up here. I just got done listening.
These boys was straight magpies here, straight magpies.
Man, and look, I'm gonna say that dude was the tether, yo, because I don't understand how no Negro talking to with some Hispanics about some Negroes. You know what I'm saying?
Straight magpie. Scipio, go ahead, bro. You got it. What's going on with you?
Hey, shalom, bro. Shalom to you, DJ. Shalom to Carl. Shalom to the people in the space. But hey, look here. Let me run down this list real quick. When it comes to Ryan Garcia and anyone like him that's not FBA, freedman, Black American, we had better start evoking our ancestor, Maya Angelou, and one of her most famous quotes that is, relevant, especially today. Someone shows you and tells you who and what they are, you believe them the first time. So that man can never come back from that. I mean, you can't insult me or my people or my lineage and ever have a foot in with me. It's a wrap. It's done. And as far as Stephen A. Smith, like him with all these other tethers, I get so sick and tired of people like him incorporating the word we, us, and our. There's no we, there's no us, there's no our. There's we over here, and there's people like him who's not like us. He needs to, address people like Emmanuel Ajo and, Roland Martin, people of his community. What's so hard about doing that? There are plenty of tethers out there, that are a huge tether pool he can jump into. And then, they can work together to build something, that, will sustain and endure, from their Loserville areas, because that's why they're over here. And then want to sit up there first, wave their national flag, continental flag, talk about being island boys. But then when it seems like we're going to get something that's going to benefit us, or we have a black ground, all of a sudden they want to latch ourselves onto it. That's the textbook dictionary definition of a tether. And as far as Jasmine Crockett, come on, y'all. Whoever, and I might offend some people, but whoever's in here following that woman, I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to say it with love and respect. Use a clown. Whoever it is. I mean, the woman is, all she does is come with ratchet. She is not Eric Mays. Eric Mays was a rider. She's not even, I can't even remember, and I'm from Texas, I can't even remember that brother's name down there in Dallas with the braids. He's on the tip of my tongue. But he represents not DeSoto or Cedar Hill. It's a Dallas, I can't even remember. But anyway, he represents, and she's not even him. She's not Craig Watkins. She's just some loudmouth woman who was probably picked up off a street corner wearing thongs and a brassiere that was just a couple of sizes too small, and then they put her in a dress and a really ugly divesta wig and have her going into Congress and into court talking real loud, cussing and everything. Sounded like Aunt Esther on Sanford's son, and that's Aunt Esther, and she sounded like an Aunt Esther on crack, because even Aunt Esther had more class than Jasmine Crockett. I don't see why people fool with them. And yeah, damn right, Stephen A. Smith and all the tenders and the white folks who has a problem with it. OJ died a free man. He's in heaven. He's probably swirling up there like the memes of him around all those white women. I mean, deal with it. Deal with it. The man was innocent. If Kyle Rittenhouse is innocent, OJ Simpson is damn sure innocent. That's all I'm gonna say on that. If George Zimmerman is innocent, OJ Simpson is innocent. So yeah, you could go on business with that and just go ahead and swallow that big old poop pill that you tried to feed to us and deal with it. I hope your medicine tastes good to you. I'll land.
All right, appreciate that as always, bro. Let me read this comment. Somalia, I'm gonna get to you. Let me go ahead and read this comment from my man Polo Styles real quick. Polo says, crazy thing, Wiz Khalifa was on World Star Hip Hop dapping up Garcia yesterday, shaking my head. If he was on World Star actually dapping this dude up after the stink that he just laid this weekend, that says more about him than anything else right there. Somali, Somali is a truth. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hi, everyone. Great space. I just want to speak on Ryan Garcia. With Ryan Garcia and the racism that he's spewed, I'm not shocked, because these Hispanics, especially on the West Coast, they're very anti-Black. And I'm happy that other folks from other parts of America are seeing this. And they should be concerning, because you see a lot of the anti-Black Hispanics moving south. In Atlanta, they're already 10% of the city, and they've only been in Georgia for about 20 years. So these anti-Black racism that you see from the Hispanic community, you're going to see it all across the United States. So I hope Black Americans on the West Coast, in the South and in the Midwest, are going to be prepared for it, because these Hispanics, man, they are ready, they're organized, and they're very anti-Black.
Somalia, a strike against Pan-Africanism, they must have hit your channel, because I see you got you another profile here.
Yeah, the tethers and the Democratic shows, they got my first account, but I'm back, and I'm coming ferociously for these tethers, man, and these anti-Black haters.
Well, let me go ahead and give you a follow, because I know you do be dropping some stuff as well too. So y'all go ahead and follow Somali. It's the truth, because Somali be coming with it. I know a lot of like Black immigrant family don't like it, but Somali, he be coming with it. So I got to go ahead and give him that follow. But definitely follow him. For those that can, go ahead and follow him as well. Damn, I was just about to say something as well too, and it slipped my mind.
They told you who you said that was? Because I'm gonna see if I can give him a follow.
Bro, that's Somali. He was just up here speaking. Somali just dropped down, so I don't. It's at the bottom of the screen. Somali is a truth. Somaliland is a truth.
Oh, okay. He got a profile. That's why I couldn't tell who was talking. Man, he ain't got no profile picture.
Yeah, he used to have a Somali flag up in his profile, but they struck his original channel because he do be going in. Like, he be going in. I give him that. He definitely be going in. But Ryan Garcia, they were sitting up here talking about this boy. And DJ, I want you to play the I sent you the Stephen A. Smith. It was like 2-3 minutes. I sent that to your I text you that one. So if you get a chance, because that's only 3 minutes, I want you to put on both of them. I want the last one you sent me about the dude going up into Ryan Garcia's space. Yeah, go ahead and play that. We're just gonna go ahead and listen about 5-6 minutes of it, because that's all you need to listen to hear these magpies up here.
Hey, yeah, just give me let original go in 2 seconds. I still want to try to get the volume right, because I'm like I said,
okay.
TV over right now.
Original, what's up? Go ahead, you got it.
Okay, back again. But yeah, see, people, I want everybody who's in this room now, and everybody who may hear this space later on. This is why it is imperative that we begin to effectively respond to this. Because have you heard any black elected official say anything about what this old savage Mexican is this what, Mexican or what?
He Mexican. He Mexican. But original, what I was telling him, like, I don't see any major Latino stars coming out going in on him. I don't see any Latino Hispanic organizations denouncing what he said. The only reason this thing got so much kickback was that everybody was on social media talking about it. If not, you don't hear any Latino or Hispanics them coming out. You don't see their organizations. Had this been a black boxer that said this about Latinos, you'd had other black athletes coming out denouncing them. You had black celebrities. You'd had black organizations like the NAACP, the Urban League. You would have had Congress people coming out denouncing this person and everything else. You don't see none of that on their side.
No, because see, again, a lot of these so-called black organizations, they're not black anyway, because they're not financed. We don't trust them enough to finance them. So they have to go outside to get money from white folks. So that's one of the reasons with that. And as far as these Latinos not saying anything, this is embedded in their culture. There was a guy named Jasper GSP, I think it's GSPRA Wanga. He's a black man that fought a rebellion down there in Mexico. See, but they are lying and say Mexico didn't have slavery. Oh, yes, you did. It is very well documented that Mexico has slavery. And there's a guy by the name of Pico. He was like the governor of California when it was supposed to have belonged to Mexico, but black folk were in this land first. His brother, I think his mother, there was a mixed parentage, because his brother came out light-skinned, and in the information you read, they said that Pico, he looked abnormal, but his brother looked normal. This is in their culture. This is who they are. They ain't like us. The only thing they want from us is our culture. That is who they are. And so, yeah, I mean, there's just tons of things that you can see about these Spanish-speaking people. They hate black people to our essence. They have never been our friend. If you go on his website, Forgotten Latino, do a search for Forgotten Latino History. I think it's ForgottenLatinoHistory.blogspot.com. That is a blog. Yeah, that is a blog that shows the truth of what these people think of black folks. They hate you to your essence. Don't ever let anybody tell you different. If they do, they're lying to you. So yeah, go to that website, ForgottenLatinoHistory.blogspot.com, and you can see the real truth of what these people think of us. And and Stephen Smith on, that's just who these tethers are. And we're gonna have to start a campaign against these tethers that are high profile. We're gonna have to start a campaign to get some of these folks fired. Because if they're gonna come out saying all kind of crazy stuff about black folks, and I'm like this, he needs to prove that OJ killed these people. OJ was found not guilty. Some said, well, not guilty and innocent. I don't care if it's innocent or not guilty.
You went home. So if he want to talk about OJ, he need to prove that OJ did this. Everybody know that there was a drug hit. Anybody with some sense know there was a drug hit. And so, because I'm telling you, when that was going on, I was in California at that time, and you could see some of these crazy black folks that wanted to get their butt up this shit, like Star Jones. She came out there talking all that junk about OJ's guilty. And notice, look where a lot of them are now. Star Jones got booted off TV. Yeah, I'm glad she got fired. Whatever happened to her. But there were some others too that they had some position, and they got booted down. That Steve Harvey was one of them too. But in order to be on these media outlets, they must say that OJ is guilty. Put me on camera. I'll tell anybody up front. OJ didn't do it. Now prove it. Because y'all know that they found this. It's a solution they put in blood when it draws from your body to keep it from degrading. What this smart Johnny Cochran did, he had that blood tested. And the blood that they planted in OJ's house, it had that preservative in it. So if OJ did this, how did that blood get that preservative in it? So that's why they're so pissed off, because they thought they were going to get OJ, and they ended up got themselves because of the lies that the LAPD told and the corruption, the corruption within that trial that they tried to frame him with. So no, we are not going to. Even I don't care. So what? OJ like white women. So what? But we were not going to give up OJ to y'all to let you charge him with the crime that he didn't commit. And that's what they were thinking on, that we would just throw OJ under the bus and let them do whatever they want. But they saw it differently. I'm gonna land with this. If you watch that trial during the day, because some days I was gone, if you watch that trial and then you watch the news that evening, it was like you were in two different universes. That's how the news was like. And then there was this white girl. Her name is Tracy Savage. She was dating this one. He was Mexican or something. This Latino cop. His name was Gascon. And she would. Everybody was like, "How was she? Where did she get this information from?" She would always say, "Her sources did this." And then come to find out, she was doing Gascon. I mean, you would be surprised at some of the stuff that was coming out of this trial. I'm telling you. But let me land this and let DJ play this video.
All right. Real talk. And y'all find out too if Wiz Khalifa was on World Star Hip Hop dapping up Garcia the other day as well too, after all of this crazy stuff went down. Apparently Garcia, he has
I think that was an old video.
Oh, that was an old one.
Because I remember seeing that for some reason like a year or two ago. I don't think that's new for some reason. I could be wrong though. Hey, DJ, I just want to start that video. I want to interject, add on to what Original said. Just give 2 points about what he said. I'll just go straight to it. Speaking of the whole Ryan Garcia racial thing. Now you remember when K-Dot had his concert and they were crying like little babies about how he didn't have Mexican or Latino representation on the stage with him. And not only that, like within a day or two ago, this female Latino rap artist came on talking about FDA is not going to tell her that she's going to be a guest in our culture. Like, what the hell you mean? But anyway, she was crying about that, saying she put in so much work and she put in years. We don't care what you did. When we built this country, and we don't own Jack's, scratch. So, she could cry her little bucket tears. But originally, I just wanted to say that about how they think they feel entitled to our presence and our praise of them. They're nothing. They're floaters in the toilet.
All right. Thank you. You said, go. You got it on play, DJ?
Yeah. All right. So I'm queuing it up. Hopefully y'all can hear it. Turn the fan off, so I'm gonna sweat it out for y'all for 5 minutes and all. All right. Okay. So get in the purple chat, y'all. Shout out to Champ Side. Make sure y'all follow Champ Side, because he was definitely the only brother that hopped up in that space and gave Ryan and fools to business, man. So support that brother. Obviously, he do sports for a living. So let's listen to this. And the name of this video, I put it in the chat.
It's Ryan Garcia, anti-black rant check by Champ side. So I queued it up to where Champ came up into the room. Let's listen in from there. Hopefully y'all can hear it.
He's like, he's like
It's not. I don't want to deal with this dog again. This guy's boring. Back to you.
okay, huh? Bro,
Why isn't the savior talking? The savior. If you picked his spots, what's up, the savior? The savior.
It's boring, I don't want to hear what you got to say, bro. I'm open ears to everything, but I'm also the definition of the truth.
Oh. What's up, Ron? Appreciate you.
no, it ain't me. It's fully funny.
It's fully, bro. Ryan has nothing to do with this guy. This is just my opinion. So do not.
What it is.
Ryan Garcia said. Don't say Ryan Garcia ain't said shit.
Fully. Would we be hearing from you if you weren't on Ryan's platform?
Yes.
I told you he's a nerd. I told you he's a guy. I don't think I stopped. Listen, Ryan, can you call off the guard dog Eden, please, so we can have a conversation?
Bro, Eden does whatever Eden
This
wants.
is what I wanted to say. Why do you feel the need to bring up a token black man to speak against black people and push this anti-black propaganda, bro? You pushing propaganda right now with your face right here.
See, this is the thing.
This when are you so concerned about black issues, right? Stop the cap, bro.
Because he's been around me and he saw people die.
Bro, you sound like a token coon talking about keep niggas away from you. Were you raised in a black household?
Are you a non? Do you read that
non-household? Bro, you can't get on me about anything, Ryan. Don't hide, Ryan. You're pushing anti-black propaganda after all of your rape.
We are pushing the truth. We are. If I got on this thing right now and said, "Hey guys, I think y'all should stop killing each other," I think y'all wouldn't mention. So guess what?
Well, let Ryan say that about his. Let Ryan say that about his.
No. You talking about pushing black propaganda?
Why are you speaking on Ryan's platform about black people?
Because they gotta stop killing each other, bro.
I mean, but he's not lying. So
the other people die.
bro, not lying. Mexicans kill white people. I mean, statistically, black people kill black on black crime. You don't got one statistic. I mean, let's be real.
I got every statistic in the world.
You're just cool. Bro, you weird, bro. You just using it, bro. You're talking like Uncle Buck said. It's the Uncle Buck, nigga. You're talking like Uncle Buck. The first thing I said, Uncle Buck is talking like Uncle Buck. Ain't no Uncle Buck, nigga. This is nigga. Go to Chicago. Go to New Orleans right now, nigga. Go to New York where it's fucking no gun law and kids are getting shot. Babies are getting killed. Go to Mexico. Can you tell us what Mexico is like? Nigga, I was in Tijuana and didn't get shot. Nigga, I was in Tijuana. Put out my jury on. Maybe what the fuck is talking about, nigga? I was never nah, your name I got you. What are you talking about? Nigga, if I'm a coon, just the people you fucking coon. This all Ryan wants is black people beefing on his face. I mean, we wouldn't be beefing if you would just accept the truth. That's obvious.
Bro, I had to remove them because he ain't trying to hear my friend like blood. Hey, Champ side, let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's see what you got.
Hey, what's up, Brian? Listen, this is all I want to know. I'm gonna try to be cool. I ain't trying to, yell on your live. What is the purpose that you bringing up the brother earlier to talk about black on black violence?
Okay, you want to know my purpose? So black people could actually have a peaceful life. How about that?
I mean, but Champ, it's not like he was lying. Bro, stop. Bro, me and Ryan, what is up with you two, man? Let me and Ryan speak. Don't y'all have any edit?
Hey, bro, I'm gonna give you a minute, and we're gonna go back and forth, and don't nobody speak. Go, Champ side.
I just want to know how genuine your want to change the black community, the violence in the black community is with this Twitter space, because I've never heard you speak on black violence. You called me racist yesterday.
You are racist, though.
Because don't you love Mexican people, right?
I love them, yeah.
Okay, so I love black people.
Hey, I'm not mad at you, bro. At the end of the day, bro, I love black people too. I love everybody. But when you put a fucking agenda where it's like black people could do no wrong, that's when you're wrong. Because anybody could do wrong, bro. Anybody, bro.
How would you know I'm pushing that agenda?
Because of your tweets and how you speak.
You follow me? You watch me?
Of course.
Okay. Well, guess what? I've been covering you, like I said, since 2016, 2017.
I can't. Has anybody, has people have been talking shit about me for years?
They talk shit about everyone.
No, stop, bro. But
you're a successful boxer, bro. They talk about all the people that are on television. You get criticized. LeBron gets criticized. Pat Mahomes gets criticized.
But LeBron is actually an asshole. You don't even know. I know.
All right. All I'm saying, Ryan, is
Go ahead. All I'm saying is I actually know these people. You cover them. I know them. So
that might be true. That might be true, right?
No,
all I'm saying is, bro.
It ain't Mike. It is.
Okay. It just don't seem right that you had this guy. He come with this. Keep niggas away from you, Ryan. I'm telling Ryan, keep niggas away from niggas. He sound like Uncle Ruckus. I don't know.
But you don't understand what, bro. Yes, that hurt, bro. Like,
you know why, Ryan? Because he
got real, bro.
He was probably raised in a black community. So who is going to commit crimes against you when you're around black people? Black people. Same thing in white communities. And if you're raised in a predominantly white community, white people are the people that make that create the most crimes around you, commit the most crimes around you. It has everything to do with your environment. That's cap. That's cap. Black people are not going around looking for food, saying, let's do it.
Tim, you're going to be able to, hey, bro, Tim, can I speak? So, you're going to get a chance to speak to him for a minute straight, and you guys have a civil fucking conversation.
For sure. You saw how I came on the live yesterday. I was civil. All your background dancers were the ones doing all the chaos.
Yeah, you're civil being like, oh, see, they got the Illuminati, you're a clown, bro. You're a clown.
Right,
you're freaking nuts.
It's all about censorship, right? And people muting you when you're speaking. You're
right. Have a civil conversation.
Okay, let's say I'm in white side of town, just being honest. And Texas is very different. Everybody has their own side. They know you can go over here, they know you can go over there. Bro, it's no killing in the houses that cost $700,000 and up. So what you're saying does not make sense. We saying, bro, where I say it's Section 8 housing.
Oh God.
So in Section 8 housing, bro, when you in Section 8 housing, you know, bro, it can get real grimy.
That's poverty. Yeah, it's poverty.
Okay, if I'm walking around there, I can get cooked. But if I'm in fucking biggest mansion, you gotta go through.
Bro, why are you comparing poverty to wealth? Have you ever spent any time in an impoverished white community in a trailer park?
And guess what? They're not killing each other.
The answer is no, you haven't. Be the real. Say you haven't.
Bro, I'm from Texas, bro.
Have you ever heard of Baldwin Hills? You know about DeSoto, right? There's affluent, wealthy black communities, and guess what? The crime is not high.
In DeSoto, Texas?
I'm saying in the wealthiest black communities that
you're DeSoto, Texas. That's what you're referring to, right?
Well, it's one of the communities that I know.
How many people died in DeSoto, nigga? People get down to DeSoto, bro, nigga. I've been to DeSoto. Bro,
they die everywhere. They die everywhere. But what does that have to do with you coming on Ryan's space pushing?
Man, listen. All right, so listen, Tim. No, let me just say this one last thing. Bro, on the 4th of July, I don't know if you know, I can show you statistics, bro. This is not, y'all can think Uncle Ruckus must have been a real motherfucker. They call him Uncle whatever. Bro, the 4th of July, the most black people die, you know. That's why. Yeah, that's racist as fuck too, but
that's a fact.
Everybody on 4th of July, they got guns, fireworks. It's just bad energy in the air. And a lot of, bro, the 4th of July in Chicago, I will show y'all the statistics. Bro, so many people died, they didn't have no more ambulances to pick people up, bro. You feel me? So what I'm
saying is, are you saying this on your platform?
Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. So when you like, oh, why are you bringing him up here? I asked Ryan, can I come up here and tell these people? Yeah, and he was scared, but I'm like, bro, this is me. This is my opinion. America is a freedom of speech, right? So as soon as I start speaking, I ain't got freedom. Come on, man. I'm just telling y'all it's a thing.
There's no freedom in America, bro. What are you talking about?
I'm coming here to raise awareness. On July 5th, let's get back on this and see what happens. And I'm going to read every statistic, bro. And you're going to be like,
there's no freedom in America.
They're going to go to the white people and let's see how many people died there.
Slavery is illegal in America. There's no freedom in America. What are you talking about?
Bro, you ain't lying, bro. I'm from Chicago and that shit be real. Nah, it's for real. It's no war out here, man. It's a jungle, real shit. Like, I don't know what this episode is. It's really the same to people, bro.
Yeah. You know what's funny? He actually likes that.
Well, hold on. What is this freedom you're talking about?
But his
like if some sort of freedom in America. What the fuck is this?
And guess what? I'm on either side because I'm not black. I can't speak for the black people. I'm just giving him a platform to speak, and ain't none of my fucking business.
Right, I think you have a big platform. You have a lot of eyes on you, and I think that because you do that, bringing up this. I know this dude is close to you, but bringing up this dude to come on here and say I'm anti. I mean, your title says anti. You didn't put black people on, right? You didn't put niggas on there, right?
Well, first of all, because I actually like black people. I'm letting you.
I know. But you kind of like throwing rocks high in your hand type of thing. Like,
no, what?
You got this dude on here and he's doing me.
Nah, bro, you're not gonna paint a picture on me when I just literally said I like black people. Like, you're not gonna.
You're tripping, bro. You're tripping.
You tripping, bro.
The way this dude came on the live in the beginning is not hot. Came on here talking about
I'm sorry, black 6 years.
Yeah, I just changed the title for you. We're anti-nut. You fucking nut.
I think
so fuck your rules. We don't have the answer to this tonight. If you want
Hey, DJ, that's probably good enough.
We don't got an answer to you. We got freedom on this show. We're entertained.
No one gives a damn about it, okay? Ryan, I think you need to look up the difference between racism and prejudice. It's confusing. You're calling
They gotta do that. Fuck your rules. Nobody gives a damn about your rules. There's 50,000 other nuts we can replace this called nerd like you would.
You call Tim Bradley racist. You need to look at the difference between racism and prejudice.
Wait. Dan, let me speak. So, if he called me a zoo animal, right, on ESPN, if I said that about a black person, what's going to happen to me, Sam?
Ryan, do you know the history of image with black people being called monkeys?
Answer the question.
I'm answering the question for you. There's a reason why that's offensive to call a black person a monkey or imply that. And it's historical. It's historical.
But it's okay for him to say it?
Yeah, go ahead, Tom. You got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hey, just real quick, it's like maybe like 30 more seconds on it.
Yeah, but we pretty much got the point of it. I mean, it's not much longer, but we pretty much got the point of what was going on in that space. You had these black guys that was up there, that was put up there by Ryan Garcia to pretty much spew what he believes. Of course, he thought he gave him a platform, but it really was his talking points that he got them up there to spew it or whatever. And you had your boy come up in there, Champs, and he was going in with it as best he could. But, when you're in a space like that, people muting and you got people talking over you, it's kind of hard to get your point across. But I definitely got what he was saying. And Ryan Garcia got it too. And now here's the thing with Ryan Garcia. Everybody in the world, are they talking about, Ryan, he has mental issues. He has mental issues. He has drug issues. Then you got people up here talking about he must have CTE. So they're looking for all kind of excuses and reasons to go ahead and downplay what this cat was saying and everything that he was doing. So now he's got mental issues. He's got brain damage. He's on drugs and this and that or whatever. He's just out of control. He was talking out his mind. He was drunk. He was high. None of this stuff that he said mattered or anything like that. So they've been trying to downplay exactly all the stuff he was saying from that time as well too. So let me go ahead, and I know we got a couple new speakers up here. We got Art and we got Original and DJ. I want you you see the Stephen A. Smith, because that was only like 3 minutes. I want you to play that one too when you get a chance. Go ahead, Art. You got it.
I'm on this app every day, and I posted in the last 24 hours, in which I haven't heard anything about I Show Speed letting a Polish woman call her of artwork where this person had a clay figure of a monkey and turned it into I Show Speed. That was 20 hours ago. Fancy. No, not that. So, like, this happens every day. It's just like this disgruntled boxer who got his ass beat by a black dude who's on drugs is getting all the attention, and I'm not figuring out why when I would argue I Show Speed probably is more popular than him. So I'm not, it can't be popularity. So I'm trying to figure out what is it actually. It's like we pick and choose these battles. Joe Biden's funding Nazis. He's funding the Azov Battalion, like right now. It just came out like not even 3 or 4 days ago. Haven't heard anything about that. They have sex, SECT, in America. So we're funding Nazi rhetoric that happens in America, and when some Nazi shit comes off, first when it says it's from Azov Battalion, I'll await all the Democratic shields to make their little excuses, like they do for Garcia right now, of why that this group was funded. When before Facebook allowed them to recruit on Facebook in 2022 under the guise that they would never fund Azov Battalion, and now they're funding them in 2024. Nobody says anything. That seems like a way more serious problem than a crackhead Mexican who got his ass beat by a black dude. A lot more dangerous, a lot more problematic, but we don't talk about it. So I'm wondering if these are actually a problem, or is it just like the hype around it? I don't know what's actually, who is this dude? Why does he get so much attention? Because all I knew is he got his ass beat. I knew he was a Garcia, but then I just heard he got his ass beat. Now everybody's giving him the.
Well, real quick, and let me apologize for the language that was in the actual. But I had to play that. But that was a language in the actual video, guys. So I normally try not to try to do my best to keep the cursing out, but that video had cursing. So I definitely, like I said, let me apologize for that. Let's try not to keep. I don't want to go on with all the cursing that was going on in that as well, too. But I know the only way to play it, it had a bunch of cursing in it. So for the speakers coming up here, let's kind of chill on the cursing as well, too. I had to play the video with actual Ryan Garcia and his people in there, and they were doing a bunch of cursing. But I want to go ahead and kick back on the cursing. Let me say this right here. Ryan Garcia is a boxer. He's been a boxer. He got beat by Tank. He beat Devin Haney, but it found out that he was on steroids as well, too. Boxing is not as popular in this country as it used to be, but it's still somewhat popular. The fact of the matter, too, is that the thing that appealed and the thing that I think that really took that story off is that here you got the guy on the actual space saying this right here. You got a guy that's an actual athlete and a boxing star said it. Now, I know you're saying I Show Speed, and I'm sure a lot of people know who he is. A lot of us that don't know him as well too. I mean, I'm sure more the younger people that's probably 13 to probably 20 some odd years of age know I Show Speed. I think one of my sons they used to look at some of his videos and stuff like that. I didn't know who I Show Speed was until maybe last year or something like that. So I don't really know, but here you got, and let's look at the dynamic, because we're always talking about black and brown relationships, coalitions, and this and that or whatever. Well, you got a dude that's a Mexican, and then you also look at the situation you had last year in LA with the council people that was sitting out there talking about basically giving black people the shaft out there in LA. So that adds a dynamic of the issues that you have between black and Latinos, black and Hispanics throughout this entire nation, where you got a lot of people say, well, there's no issue between them, that they're the best of friends and this and that. Yeah, they may have a few little flare-ups here and there, but it's nothing serious or whatever. But then when you have one of the actual boxing stars sit up here and say this kind of stuff, and like I said, I haven't heard anything from any Latino group sitting up here denouncing it. I haven't seen any major Latino stars coming out, be it in entertainment or athletics, coming out saying, hey, you know what, that's unacceptable. We don't ride with them. Now, you may get a couple people, because I think I was listening to Fox Sports News one time, and they was talking about, oh yeah, well, I don't stand with it. Even the guy on there was like, yeah, I personally like Ryan Garcia. And I think this is another Hispanic himself, but I can't go along with this and that or whatever, but I do like him. And so, I mean, outside of the people, because it was people on social media that made this blow up. They made this story blow up here as well too. And let's be for real with these YouTubers and stuff, like some of these guys like I Show Speed and some of these younger guys, a lot of these younger guys do a lot of cooning and a lot of, just cosplay type things on their actual videos as well too. So I think we got to look at that as well too. Here you got somebody that's supposed to be a professional boxer, a champion, even though he's been suspended and been stripped and everything else, supposed to be one of the bigger names in boxing, and he gets up there and he says what he was saying and this and that or whatever. It's gonna make news, it's gonna make news. And we've held spaces, we talked about the actual Ukrainians and their ties to neo-Nazi and everything else as well too. So it's not like people haven't pointed out that, hey, a lot of these Ukrainians and stuff, are neo-Nazis, and a lot of the actual neo-Nazi bases and everything are actually in that country as well too. So people, we've pointed out. Other people have had spaces. They pointed out. A bunch of people have talked about it as well on X as well too. But I don't see a problem if you want to go ahead and get iShow Speed and you want to put him in the mix and say, well, he did this or he did that, fine. But I don't see a point. I don't see a problem with people, saying, hey, Ryan Garcia is sitting up here and this and that or whatever. And he's talking about, because he talked about a whole bunch of people, but of course, black people were the ones that felt the actual jabs probably the most. But why not mention them? Because he's up there and he's sitting up there and he felt like he had protection too, because he was up there with a bunch of other black faces up there that actually served as his bodyguards and his protectors, and they're trying to deflect and trying to say, well, this is on us. This is on us. No, it was on Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia is the one with the name and the platform. Ryan Garcia is the one that had the spaces. And Ryan Garcia is really, before they went on there, they talked about what was going to be played on that space. And Ryan Garcia okayed it because Ryan Garcia felt that way that a lot of Latinos and Hispanics in this country feel about black people. So that's why that's why it went so viral on what was that, Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday, whenever it was. That's why people talked about it.
Yeah, I get it. It's just the daily activity, and I do. It gets way more likes, retweets. I've seen some of these things, people like slamming the N-word down with 30,000 likes and retweets. Not a blip. You don't hear nothing. And if it was like we called all these things out, then I would be like, okay, fine, that's what we're doing. But it's just like we pick and choose these battles, and I would argue not even the biggest battles that we should be that could actually hit home. I think iShow Speed, letting that happen to kids is a far bigger problem than this grown-ass adult acting like a kid. You know what I mean? And then I would see Nazi battalion who has different little clans in America. It's a way bigger problem, but to each their own on how they relate that. I'll end it there.
Well, yeah, but like I said, we've talked about the actual ties of the Ukrainian. We've talked about it for the past 2 years in these spaces. We've talked about the Ukrainian ties to neo-Nazis and everything else as well too. Like I say, iShow Speed, I have never seen a video of his outside of maybe a few minutes of when my son had on. So I've seen a video or maybe two of him. So most of us don't really even know who the hell iShow Speed, unless you got kids or something like that, or a younger person in your family. Most of us don't even know. Most people don't even know who Ryan Garcia is, because like I said, he's a boxer. Boxing is not as popular as it was 20 years ago, or even when Floyd Mayweather retired a few years ago. So boxing is really kind of just hanging on by a thread, if we want to be honest. I know a lot of pure boxing purists don't like to hear that, but that's just the absolute truth. But like I say, if anybody wants to point things out, and then here's the thing too, social media and the internet is so big that what you and I may miss, somebody else may actually see it and pick it up and actually go in. I saw Ryan Garcia. I saw the actual video from the Twitter space. Somebody screen recorded, and I heard the actual part of his little Twitter his Twitter rant, and I saw he was actually trending. So I said, well, okay, I heard this. Let me see if this is actually legit. And I saw that he was actually trending on Twitter as well too. So that's why I went ahead and put the post out and everything else like that. So iShow Speed, maybe he wasn't trending, maybe nobody really knew about it, maybe it was just swept underneath the rug or whatever. But like I say, here's the thing. Well, while one of us can go ahead and point this out and target this right here, that doesn't mean another person can't come and do something with somebody else. That's the point of being online and having information at the click of your fingers. Hey, I might miss something, but Professor may see it. Professor may miss something, but DJ may see it. And it's just that type of thing. Like if we miss it or whatever, and people feel like it's not getting enough. Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're right. There is more important stuff. I put out, content every day that I think is more important than Ryan Garcia and some of this stuff right here. It doesn't get it doesn't get 1 million impressions. I'm putting out stuff about Black people's health and mental and this and that or whatever. A teacher here in Florida, right here, matter of fact, in Tallahassee, I put out an article today. This article, when the teacher apparently left the school, but the teacher in front of the entire class called the child a darky. Now the teacher's no longer there. But when I think about it, this was a damn school I had my kids at. It's a charter school. Here these people are taking tax dollars at this charter school, and I got my kids up out of that charter school as well too, because I'm like, well, this is like some kind of damn like I told my parents, like, this is like some kind of uppity white like social club or something out here. Like, what in the hell is going on out here? They sitting up here and they're talking about classical Greek and Roman history and all this other stuff, and your kids are getting, and this is right during the pandemic. And I got my kids up out of there because I didn't like the direction. My son was not getting services and everything else that they needed at that school as well too. So I was like, let me get my kids up out of this school. But they're sitting up here. So when we talk about what's more important, this and that or whatever, there are a bunch of articles every day that I tweet out that hold more weight and are more important than I Show Speed and matter of fact, Ryan Garcia as well too. It doesn't get the actual interaction. It doesn't get the engagement. It doesn't get the notoriety. It doesn't get the attention. It doesn't get all of this stuff. It's not shared and everything else the way it's supposed to be. Here I got an article. Middle-aged Black women face higher stroke risk. Okay. Pregnancy and fibroids. 6 facts Black women need to know. Black Women's Mental Health Summit happening in Birmingham in July. Michael Strahan considers retirement amidst daughter's cancer battle. I even got something about Diddy accused of putting bounty on 1999 club shooting victim. We got California $25 healthcare hourly wage relies on federal boost state worker exemption. Black women in Texas are twice as likely to experience severe maternal morbidity than white women. Florida teacher accused of calling student darky in front of class. A study finds significant benefit of unlimited data plans on disadvantaged household, breaking Biden's recent medical history. So there's a number of articles and a number of things that we share daily that, our people, like I said, we can pick and choose what's important and what's not important and why this is getting billed and this is not getting billed. But hey, it's up to Black people. It's up to what y'all consider. Now, Black people, a lot of Black people saw this and they were offended. They were offended because Ryan Garcia is a star and he's got a platform and he used that platform to disrespect Black people and racially attack them. So Black people got upset. But hey, there's a lot of things that we put out that people can respond to daily if they consider it was important. So it's like, hey, everybody picks and choose what they consider important news. And a lot of time, I'll be honest, more inside the entertainment, sports area, arena, and that like that, it seems to pick up more engagement and everything else than just hardcore news. Now, every Black person in here that's got a child should be pissed off if your child goes to school and the teacher was using the N-word apparently quite a bit at this damn school. And call a child a damn darky when they got back off vacation. Now, what kind of nonsense is that? That should have 1 million damn views. That should have 1,000 retweets and likes.
As long as you acknowledge it's a race war, we can get started on this process.
I acknowledge that from the time my mama pushed me out. I was already raised to understand exactly where we was at and exactly our purpose in this country. Our purpose, actually, when people say, well, we haven't advanced, we've advanced just as much as the system wanted us to advance. In fact, the system ain't want us to advance this much. We weren't put here to be equals. We put it to be the damn at the bottom of the barrel, the workhorse.
Yes. Yeah, as long as you acknowledge it's a race war.
Listen, like I said before, I already know. I've already acknowledged it. That's why I own a Black-owned news platform. I already know. I knew that we need to be able to tell our own story and spread our own content. I already knew that.
Yeah, you said I'm talking in terms of we.
I think the vast majority of people in this space realize that as well too.
On immediate
the vast majority of the people in this space understand exactly what situation we in.
People in this space are going shopping at Asian stores when they log on to this space. The race war is on, bro. We're losing.
So what stores? So you shop at everything. So everything. Hold on, real quick. So everything that you shop at is all black. Your dentist is black. Your doctor is black. Your banker is black. The person that whether you're renting or you bought a house, they're all black. Everything. The stores that you shop at, the grocery store, everything is black. The manufacturer that produced your car, they're all black as well too.
I mean, everybody who says we have a problem and we're being discriminated and targeted and set aside. Put down at the bottom, everybody's logging out and going right back to the same bastards that are killing our children. Everybody, me included, because there's no we. I'm waiting for the
you're literally on an app made by a dude that allows supremacy all throughout this app. Maybe you get off of that, bro.
Wait a minute, Lucy.
I don't shop at those stores just on a personal level, but I'm waiting for the we. What's the country? What are they doing?
Hey, hold on, one person at a time because everybody's sounding mumble. So one person at a time. Professor, you was talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, Lucifer, I thought you was one of them, man. Ain't you from one of the diaspora? You from like another nation, right?
Yeah, I'm black Arab. We're black people before Columbus. We
don't need to listen to you, okay? So unfortunately, you don't fit.
I'm a black supremacist. Why would you not listen to me?
You're not a black supremacist.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, I'm related to Malcolm X.
Newstoter, this dude is a white.
Next time they do you, because
we know the people.
Yeah. That's how that works. If you make dumb statements like that, you end up ruining yourself.
How can we be black supremacists when that's going to this day in this country?
You're supposed to listen to black supremacists. Doesn't matter where you come from.
How many black supremacists
on the same planet back before we get gapped?
Okay, one person at a time. Let this the what is his name? What is it? Lucifer.
He's the devil. That's what this mother.
Don't say his name 3 times.
You say laissez-faire capitalism every day. You don't even know you're doing it.
Okay.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Hold on, real quick, Professor. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Are you a black man or are you a white man?
I'm black. I'm Carib. Caribs have always been black.
We're
just black.
You say you're what now?
A Carib. Indians are named after our black ancestors in the Lesser Antilles. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is the capital of the entire Caribbean and parts of Georgia and Florida until 1793 when white people steal it. And I mean, they have to use treason to do it because they couldn't fight us for 300 years and take it. We enslaved them. Black Arabs enslaved white people for 300 years. The Spaniards came in the 1500s, got enslaved. The French came in the 1600s, got enslaved. The British came in the 1600s again, killed the French, and got enslaved.
What was this? What the hell was that?
Okay, but because we getting off topic right here. We finna bring it back on topic as well too. Now we're gonna bring it back on topic, back into the Garcia and the actual Stephen A. Smith and the Jasmine Crockett thing, because I don't know what the hell we talking about right now. And so we're gonna get back on topic. Now, Lucifer, do you want to say anything about the actual topic on hand? Let me give a shout out to my girl, Miss Valerie, too, for her contribution on Cash App. Do you want to say anything on the topic?
I would like to address Mr. Ryan Garcia. If you can hear this recording or anyone would pass it on to him. I understand he has chosen his side in this upcoming 2030 or 2053 global Black Holocaust situation. And I just want to remind him that the epistatic gene defect that his white masters and allies and friends that he loves so much are passing down into his biracial coon-ass lineage. I want him to remember that by the year 20, his biracial children will also be genetically sterile. There is no future for him and his biracial people. There is no future for the white race. And God so help me, I will ensure I take as many of them as they intend to take of mine. So pass that on.
All right. Thank you. Now, Craig, you were speaking as well earlier. Did you because I know we was talking while you was talking as well too. Did you want to add something as well?
I'm just listening. I'm a black person from Britain. I'm just listening. That's all.
Oh, okay. So no problem. All right. I see we got a bunch of our people. We got a bunch of our people up in the space as well too. So if anybody wants to come up and speak, feel free to come on up here and speak as well too, guys. We're not gonna keep the space going too much longer, but you guys know I was out last week, so I want to come back and jump in it today. But we got any other people that want to speak? Come on up here and speak as well too. Go ahead, Original. Did I get to you, Professor?
Yeah, that's what I want to say this. That black boy that said that people in houses that cost $700K they don't have murders. Stop telling those lies. Y'all remember the Mendez brothers of California? They killed their parents. They were, I don't know if they were Mexican or whatever, but they were Spanish speaking. And they killed their parents. They claimed that.
You talk about the Mendez brothers.
Yeah, the Mendez, whatever.
The Mendez brothers.
Yeah, they killed their parents. They claimed the father was sexually abusing them. I don't know, but that's what they claimed. But they killed both the mother and the father. So it's amazing how some of these people with black skin, they will defend other people left and right. This is why it is so important that we dump these people out of our community and make sure that they do not have access to us ever again. Because to say something like that, and you look at how, wherever you find white folks, they murder each other. They don't trust each other. They don't trust each other with nothing. But then you come and talk about this so-called black on black, and like the brother said, people that live in proximity to one another, they kill one another more than anybody else. You got, because somebody sent me something a couple of weeks ago, and they said something about black on black crime, and they sent me something. I said, well, did you really look at this? Because the white on white crime outnumber the black people killing each other. So what's your point? I mean, it is amazing what some of these people will do and say to get favor from people that don't look like them, and they hate their guts. But I guess that's part of slavery, where they just want to sit up and do whatever they can to get the enslavers' attention for whatever reason. But I just wanted to throw that out there that, especially when you said that about people in these houses costing $700K and up, they don't have murder with it. And there's some others too. And especially when I was in California, you had them Spanish-speaking people killing one another left and right. But you never heard Latino or Hispanic on Hispanic crime. You never hear that. But they was killing each other left and right out there in California, and still doing it today. Anyway, I'll land with that.
All right. Thank you, Original. I see we got Mel up here, Professor. Let me get the Mel, and then I'm gonna get the I get to you, and I get to Scipia as well. What's going on, Mel?
Hey, $Newstoter. $Newstoter. Shout out to the room. Shout out to you, Newstoter. Yeah. So just real quick on Jasmine Crockett. Just another black woman afraid to ask for the whole dang on thing. Okay. And she really, I feel like her request was, or her statement was, yeah, you could just have black Americans not have to pay taxes or something of that nature. Just stay out the conversation, Jasmine, because this ain't what we're talking about. Stay out of the conversation. If you're not going to be bold enough and stand tall and ask for the whole bag, the entire check, just sit down. And to Art's statement, here's the thing. I appreciate everybody getting in here and jumping all up on Garcia, because this is a new voice coming with the same old rhetoric, but it's reinvigorated. And so before, what we've done is we've allowed people to make these statements. It's the same thing, just coming from a new person, and it gets embedded. So, while everybody else, all these other ethnicities are buying into what Ryan Garcia is saying, we have to say something. We have to address it. It's not because we've never heard it before. We've heard this BS before. But we need to continue to be on the neck of this particular topic when it's coming from a new voice, so that these old heads understand. When I say old heads, I'm saying these regular other ethnicities, they're buying into it. We got to get our voice out here that says, no, we're not for that. And we're not having it. We're not accepting that. We're not going to tolerate that. As far as Stephen A. Smith, I'm done with him altogether. I just don't even understand why he's still on TV. But I will say this about the Nazis marching in Tennessee of late. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said that, because I asked them, I said, well, why is it that the Jews aren't mad like they was mad about Kyrie Irving? Why aren't they mad about these people doing this? And the person told me, said, well, the Jews don't care because they also identify as white. So it's like a mixed bag of nuts. They identify as white, so they don't really, they're not really offended by that. Because what these nationalists are marching for and demanding, these Jewish people are in line with that. But it's only when a black person, or so it seems, when a black person is in here on their head, it's, that's when it becomes problematic. So we just got to keep on doing what we're doing. We just got to keep on doing what we're doing. I'm a land.
All right. Thank you, Mel. Professor, go ahead. You got it.
I just want to say, and thank you, Tota. Just want to say with Jasmine Crockett, she really just needs to stay out of this, because what she's speaking on with the whole tax exemption as a former payment for reparations is not what we are looking for or seeking. We want the cash payments. This is what our people need. We don't need the so-called tax cuts or tax exemptions and all of this. Now, if they want to give us that along with the cash and land and all of that, because Black Americans deserve all of that. But for her to just get up here and start talking about, well, let's just do the tax exemptions as a way to pay back for the wrongs and all the atrocities that have been committed against our people, that's not the answer. So, no, I disagree with Jasmine Crockett. This sister needs to sit her ass down somewhere. Excuse my French. But I'm just not going to listen to her. And it's starting to look more like, man, we got a lot of Democratic shields. And I'm just going to take it back to what Sister No Taxation said in a space the other night. And for all of you ones that was in there, she brought it straight to the table. And I'm going to say it in here. When it comes down to it, the Democrats they're going to try to blame black men if they lose, right? But the real blame is going to lie with the black woman. And that's where you got to put the blame at, because those are the main ones that keep voting and putting up this BS with the Democrats. They are the main ones, like Jasmine Crockett and some other ones, that keep doing this type of stuff. So shout out to Sister No Tax for actually bringing it to the table, because she called it out for what it is, and I loved it. And I just want to land right there, because Jasmine Crockett is one of them. I'm going to land right there.
All right.
Can I jump in real quick, Tota?
Go ahead.
Professor, let me put it like this, sweetheart. You are not, shout out to DJ, I see you. If this, no matter how this election turns out, you're not going to just sweep and blanket and blame black women. You're not going to do that. Now, what you can do is blame the black women who are the reason that the election, but you ain't going to blame me, and I'm 100% black woman. You ain't going to blame me, and you're not going to blame the other, and you cannot blame them. I'm saying, wait, Professor, let me finish. You don't do none of that. The point is that black men have got to stop playing black women like we are the sad up in this piece. That ain't it. There will be some black women like Jasmine Crockett and Maxine Waters. I blame them, call them out by name. But it's some other black women. It's some that's wait a minute, because I'm gonna be quiet and you can have it all.
You trying to assassinate me?
The point is, you cannot blame. Just don't. It's just gonna be black women's fault. No, the hell it is not. It will not be black women's fault. Quit making that sweeping blanket statement, because that's not.
You need to go no ties then, don't you?
I'm sorry.
Then you need to go talk to Sister.
I don't need to talk to nobody about it. What I'm saying, I'm giving you what my opinion is, and everyone's entitled to their own. What I'm telling you is that you're not the black women that are out here trying to get it in and fight for this shit. You're not. Sorry, Toter. You're not getting ready to. No matter how this thing turns out, you're not going to blame us and we was out here trying to do that. So rephrase that phrase or something like that. You can blame all the black women that voted Democrat.
Well, I would expect
that would be more accurate, but you can't just say it's all black women.
Man, I spoke on this, man.
Come on now, trouble making a 3-story.
Anyway, I'm the land. I just want to say that.
All right.
But I said what I said on that now.
All right. Let me go ahead and get to
42, Professor 42.
Since we got a new speaker up here, let me get the Rella, then I'm gonna get to you, Scipia, and Art and Original. But let me get the Rella since we got us a new speaker. Like I say, we ain't gonna keep it going too much longer tonight, guys. We are back. We've been off for a little while. I was on vacation, but we back. So go ahead and get it in. What's up, Miss Rella? How you doing?
Welcome back, my brother. It's definitely good to see you. Definitely great to be in a space and be in a space amongst somewhat like minds. Shout out to Professor and DJ.
Thank you, Miss Rella.
To all of the kings and queens that are gracing the stage. Shout out to you all. Mel, as always, you always be bringing that fire. And you be bringing that deep intellectual thought, and I love it. And it's not just because you're a black woman. It's because you are a descendant, and it's because you're an American, and you recognize the nuances between our government and our situation that we're in. Anybody who has studied and has been on any type of campaign has pulled voter rolls and or know what voter rolls are. Black American men and women vote, particularly one way or the other, heavily. It's been documented and stated in the lexicon of America. Social media has recorded it. Why? Because they utilize the fact that we vote heavily one way versus the other. So this is not a gender war conversation when you're talking about who is going to vote one way or the other. Jasmine Crockett is an elected official for and under the Democratic Party. And her point about taxes actually fits the narrative of what DC is actually talking about doing in regards to their reparations. So if you can get it on the books where she's at, she should fight for it. Should there be more? Yes, that means her constituents should also be making sure that they actually push her to do more, because that is what she was elected for. And if you do not understand that, you will come up here and you will make statements making this conversation a minimalist conversation versus a progressive and as well as a open forum to talk about the issues that we are not actually seeing in real time. It is very miscarriage to actually turn this into a gender situation. I was in the room with No Taxation when she made the comment she made, and she didn't say nothing about black women being the sole voters for the Democratic Party, because we, at the same time, in our population, are only 13% of the population, and half of the population is not voting. There is a majority that votes of that half. That's not all of everybody, and we don't even make up all of the country. So I need people to stop allowing other folks to weaponize that talking point against black women and make sure you protecting the community as a whole. You don't see black women up here telling us, well, black men voted for the Democratic Party as a whole, and if they don't stop doing it, this is the reason why we gonna get what we get. No, we getting what we're getting because we were not informed about how we are supposed to be swing voters and how we're not supposed to be voting party. It should be policy over party all day long. That is a strategic plan. That is a conversation that you get out on the street and have in your community. That's not happening. So instead of this becoming a kindergarten conversation, let's make this a collegiate conversation and get up on our good foot and be about our people's business, our lineage business, our families business. Let's act like we are literally under siege and be about our business, because it's no game. And for everybody who is making claim, I want to see you in the streets. I want to see your feet hit the pavement, or a pen hit some paper, or you calling your congressman or your senator or your representative in your state, going to your assembly members' meetings that they have every week, so they can see your black face, whether you are male or female. Let's start there. Because you ain't in Jasmine Crockett's district if you ain't in Texas. Nowhere. So at the end of the day, we need to get everything that we can get. Everything. Even if you don't like the party, if they putting something up and it has to do with us, and it's a benefit for the people in that state, and you don't know the landscape of that state, you need to figure out how you can support them, because they need it. This is not no Democrat shield, Republican shield conversation. We talking about our people's business. That's what we talking about. Ryan Garcia and Stephen A. Smith are one and the same, if you ask me. It's just Stephen A. Smith ain't came out of his mouth and called a whole bunch of black people, or maybe he did, and held a space about it. One does it, try to do it in a intellectual way, and the other one did it in a trashy way that only way he knew how. A drunken drug addict. No argument, no need to fight about that, because homeboy that was on the space talking to him was trying to help him, but he didn't want that. Instead, he wants to be a knight in shining armor, a spy for white supremacy, and be in proximity of black people. That's a dangerous game. You have people around you like that, you in trouble. How about black men stop letting these effers be around you, thinking that you're trying to save face because you got a friend that's the other. Protect yourself in your community. Start there.
You protect yourself in your community. And
all right, hold on, Professor. Let her finish talking. Let her. Hold on. Let her finish talking. Wait. Hold on. Let her finish talking, Professor. Let her finish talking.
I really don't want to hear what else she got to say, to be honest with you.
No, well, we're gonna let her finish talking. Go ahead, Rolla. We're gonna let you finish talking.
Listen. Stephen A. Smith was wrong about OJ. OJ was not convicted, and for people to keep trying to hang that jacket on him at this point in time lets you already know that folks got an agenda and they got an end for the proximity of the other people. Let him rest. Let OJ rest. I mean, yeah. Everybody knew he was, they thought he was a coon because he was with Nicole and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you can't take away what you can't take away what he did as a black man, as some of our world, the inspiration he was for a lot black boys.
You sound like you're in the Matrix.
Sport. I'm sorry.
You sound like you was in the Matrix.
Okay, well, I'll land. Let OJ rest. Stephen A. Smith needs to let him rest and stop trying to dig up old bones so that he can prop himself up even further. I'm going to tell you, people keep doing this stuff, karma's going to hit you, and it's going to hurt. Keep playing. It's going to hurt. And I'll land.
All right. Thank you, Rella. We're going to get to the last 3 hands of night, y'all, and we're going to be closing this space out for the night. Let me go ahead and get the Scipia. Got you, Art, and I got you, Original.
All right, thanks for giving me a mic again, Newstoter. Shalom to the young ladies that spoke. But yeah, and that's the name that I was looking for, John Wally Price. John Wally Price and Craig Watkins. And Jasmine Crockett is not even in any of their classes. And like I have to agree, the whole thing about not coming all the way up the middle about the reparations thing, that's what got me on her. And she was talking all smooth and curt with those 3 white women, those W women. But yet she'll get on those panels and then try to snap her neck and sound like someone off of a hood movie. So yeah, no respect for her. And the only thing I would say is that we need to organize something where we can all buy O.J. Simpson jerseys and wear it on like whatever his birthday may be or whatever. Because me, I don't mind saying it with my chest, and I don't mind putting my money where my mouth is. Because you know what? For some W dudes who might get mad at me representing, Israel. When I say Israel, I don't mean that little piece of dong on the dirt or east of the Mediterranean. I'm talking, read my timeline, you know what I'm talking about. And then FBA, I do that with my chest, and I got a pair hanging between my legs, just like they do. If they want to, try to get something started, I am not advocating for that, but I'm not advocating being a punk either. So we need to come to some kind of thing where we can do something to rep OJ, or rep Micah Hyde. Micah Johnson. I'll rep Michael Johnson. I'm from Dallas. I'll rep him in Dallas. I don't care. But we need to start coming up the middle with these folks and start putting ourselves in their faces, because they're not shy about putting themselves in our faces. And I'll land there. Shalom.
All right. Thank you. Let me go ahead and get to Art. Art, go ahead and unmute your mic. You there, Art? Okay, look like Art might not. His hand, I don't know if he may be in the Matrix or he's stuck or whatever. But we can't get to Art, so let me go ahead and move on to Original. Original, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Okay. What I want to say is I want everybody to go into the chat, the purple chat, and I put the first page of 3 articles in this chat. And they're all this documentation of what the Democrats think, what they don't think of black women. The first article says, why aren't top Democrats acknowledging the black women running for office? And then it said, some candidates winning their primaries are frustrated that they still haven't heard from party leadership. They won their primaries, but the party leadership did not reach out to them. They don't get funding. They are left to sink or swim on their own. And that one was in 2018. And let's see, this one was in 2018 too. Black women candidates feel slighted by Democrats. It's got a jackass with a scarf over his head. This is what, and then this other one here. Now this is dated May 14, 2022. Since Jim Crow Joe is in office in 2022 now, and it says Democrats love black women until it's time to elect us. Black candidates say Democrats doubt their electability, and so I think in some cases now, I think the Democrats are like pitting us against each other, But I do hear a lot of the black Democrats are silent. they stay silent for whatever reason. They don't want to say anything. Hopefully I can finish this thing, but I compiled a spreadsheet on the Congressional Black Caucus, and I'm updating it now. And it showed that quite a number of these elected officials, they're in districts that are over 50% black. And let's see, Dwight Evans in Pennsylvania, Benny Thompson, who chaired that January 6th committee, he's from Mississippi. And then you had this other lady named Terry Sewell. She's out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Now, the three of them, their districts are over 60% black. But yet you never hear these people advocating for black people. They'll advocate for the gay community. They'll advocate for the illegal aliens and anybody else. But they will not advocate for black Americans who put them in office. And that's a damn shame. And I'll end with that.
All right. Thank you, Original. Let me check with Art one more time. Art, are you there? Okay. Art must have, I don't know if he got caught up in the Matrix or whatever, but this is as good as any other time to go ahead and close the space out, guys. We've been going 2 hours, so that's pretty much long enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to shut it down. We will be back later on this week. I'm not sure if we're going to do one tomorrow or Wednesday, but I will definitely send out the notifications and let you guys know. DJ, Professor, y'all want to say something real quick, maybe a minute or two, and then we're going to close it out? You guys there? Okay. Well, I don't know if Professor and DJ's there either.
Yeah, I was going to say this one last parting message for my favorite black ladies in the space. Kevin Samuels is right.
You know what, Professor?
You know what, Professor? If he was, you would be married by now. So if Kevin Samuels right, you better prove him right. You better prove him wrong, and make sure you get married.
Righty. So on that note, I guess that's as good as.
Go ahead and end the space total. I ain't gotta say nothing.
Love y'all. Wait, Newstoter, can I say shout out to Sepia? I always love when Sepia and Original come on. And I love y'all too.
Oh, I'm about to say you don't love us too?
No, I love y'all too. But I really like the fact that the way they lay a lot of the information, even their speaking points, and they keep us combined, and that's what we need, because regardless of what you hear, it's gonna be hard for a lot of us to break down stuff, but we gotta be able to do it so we can get over these humps, and that's gonna be important. So I just wanted to say shout out to them, and shout out to the space. Shout out to everybody in the space.
And if I can, this sort of, and brother, I do like the perspective you added about Jasmine Crockett, because I think you took it, you dug into another level with it, and I think I agree with you in that whatever she can get for her constituents, we should support that, and her constituents should support that, and also continue to demand more. My only thing would just be, don't try to label it as one entire package of, hey, this is reparations. That would be my only thing. Just use her words wisely, and not call one thing like that reparations, because it misinforms individuals. But I like to keep about that.
Shout out to you, Melanie. I love you, sis, and you were spot on with that.
All right.
I've been trying to tell y'all what this sister is.
But on that note, let me go ahead and close it out. On that note, guys, we're going to close it out, and we will see y'all either tomorrow or Wednesday. So peace. Everybody have a good one.